Good evening, and many thanks for joining us again on another fresh edition of the Hilltop. And it's on reporting on GP. And if you're joining us for the very first time, note that this broadcast is reaching you live on StarTimes and Fun on all our social media platforms, Facebook and the YouTube. And this is a program of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Channel 12, where we bring you up to date of events and happenings from the Akwa Ibom State Government House. This week's edition we will begin with the August edition of the Government House Covenant Service, where the governor himself and other state actors pray for the continuous peace and progress of the state.
Government House Covenant Service is a platform that brings together all state actors to pray for God's continuous intervention in the affairs of the state. With this edition coming on the heels of the nationwide protest elated by the peaceful disposition of Akwa Ibom youth of the protest, which has resulted to the peaceful atmosphere witnessed across the state, Governor Eno disclosed plans by his administration to launch a social welfare program that will capture the unemployed youths in the 31 local government areas of the state.
They did not protest not because the police stopped them, but because God spoke to them. And we are extremely, extremely grateful to our youths for understanding that we can dialogue and we can get all what we want. We can work together as a people, and that much as we respect protest, but they understand that hoodlums can hijack this protest and they can cause mayhem, they can destroy lives. I am very proud of them.
Earlier, the guest minister, Reverend Godwin Amawo, in a sermon charges the people to continue to look up to God for divine interventions in the state.
You have been called by God to lead Akwa Ibom out of trouble, out of scarcity, out of violence, out of poverty, into a land of fulfillment. And under your watch, Akwa Ibom citizens shall be people of great possessions.
The service features choir ministrations and prayers for the state and nation at large.
His Excellency the Governor has also flagged off a 5-day workshop for directors and permanent secretaries in the Akwa Ibom State Civil Service.
This 5-day workshop for permanent secretaries is organized by the Akwa Ibom State government as a platform for capacity development, enhancement and retooling of the state workforce for optimal productivity in collaboration with the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON.
The paramount objective of the training is to equip the permanent secretaries and the directors who are the strategic leaders of the state public service in this golden era with requisite knowledge, skills to develop a common understanding of the ARISE agenda.
Affirming his administration's value for capacity development, Governor Eno reassures that he will continue to do his best in repositioning the state civil service. He charged participants to maximize the opportunity to sharpen their skills, which will help in the actualization of the lofty policies of his administration.
Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. It is therefore a great moment to address you today as we commence this workshop on leadership and good governance for permanent secretaries and directors in the state civil service. I hereby heartily welcome you to this training.
The 5-day workshop is holding at the Bom E Library, IBB Way, Uyo.
His Excellency the Governor also had a meeting with representatives of the youth across the 31 local government areas of the state, and the Hilltop mansion was on hand to capture the speech of the Governor at that event.
I've listened to a few suggestions that have been made, and would like to respond very quickly to some of them that we can handle. The Petroleum Task Force. First of all, we must have someone to handle petroleum matters in the office of the governor. So to help us take care of that, we'd like to return Honorable Victor Etefia
as the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Petroleum Matters. He will resume work immediately and will work with the Honorable Commissioner, Internal Security. They will set up within the next 7 days a petroleum task force that will comprise. Appointment is for the governor to make. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's my prerogative. Yes, sir. So when I exercise it, that's what it is. So man governor now again. It done so they'll set up that labor will be involved and all key people will be involved. We talked about farmers. The CSO chairman talked about farmers. One of the first things I did my second foray into government was I was the executive director at Greek Investment. You recall that we went all around the state collecting data for farmers. That data is still available, and I had a discussion with the Honorable Commissioner for Agric the other day. We're now going to set up a team to validate the report and make sure that we now set up a system where we can reach our farmers directly. And I agree. The other day, I was privileged to have a discussion with the president of African Development Bank, and he gave me a few ideas. If we have a database, and we use the database, and we reach these farmers directly from that database, then everything, you can now call them, they can call you. So we'll set up a call center to be able to reach those farmers, and then we can reach them. That's what will happen, so that we know that we keep encouraging them. I'd like the Commissioner for Agric in the next 1 month to be able to tell me how many tons of cassava harvest I'm expecting this year, how many tons of maize. That will be when we use that list properly and know how many acres or hectares that these farmers have. I think that's what we'll be using. So, Akwa Ibom State Investment Corporation, the Department of Agric Investment, must work with the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure that we use that. And they know that when I say these things, we will use them. For meetings, I think the Honorable Commissioner for Information, I cited him. Yes, we already know that from September we'll start town hall meetings on federal constituency basis. It was part of our campaign promises that we'll be holding town hall meetings. We couldn't have started town hall meeting if there was nothing to report. So from September, the timetable will come out. We'll come to your federal constituency. We'll have a town hall meeting. We'll say what we have done in your federal constituency. You tell us the things you want us to. So long as the town hall meeting is well moderated and well managed, I believe it's still the best form of interaction that we can have. So we'll do that. On the public transportation, the chairman of NLC in Akwa Ibom probably has forgotten that I set up a committee, and he is a member of that committee, that they should tell us how we will get CNG buses, number one. Not only how we will get CNG buses, but how we will refill those gas when they are exhausted. Not just to go and buy buses now and we drive them and we don't have refilling centers. I promise the day that committee, that the Labour chair is a very strong member, gives me the report and tells me where we'll get refilling and we have refilling stations, that day we'll buy 5 buses. and put. The problem, states that have done this CNG, today they've packed those CNG buses because there are no filling stations. So they just go to the manufacturers and buy the first set and they drive it with clap hands. All of that becomes a show. How do you refill? How do we refill? We must. So it starts with, since he is also giving us idea that some people are talking to Nigerian labor, we like to be part of that discussion. Let them set up filling or refilling outlets in Akwa Ibom. Then we bring the buses so that we can know that there is a source, we'll go and refill. We like to, I want to do, I've tried, I've been to Abuja, we've talked to some people who would have done this long time. But our challenge has always been, where is the refilling stations? When we ask them to put refilling stations, they just disappear. I don't want to invest in something that we will not be able to sustain. The moment we are able to establish that, any one of you that know a company that can help us put refilling stations around, we'll give them land, we'll give them support, let them build it, and so that we can guarantee ourselves that when we buy the buses, we'd always have a station to refuel. I think those are the issues that have been raised. On the issue of the fuel depot, government have been working, in fact the last administration worked with the NNPC, and they promised, they came here, they said they were going to put a fuel depot in place. But the moment we said so, we gave them land. The Commissioner for Lands should be said, okay, we gave them land, and we are still talking with them. They were to pay compensation on that land, 2 billion naira. They want state government to pay. Say, no, if federal government want to do something for us, let them pay for, at least start with compensation. So they've not paid. We are encouraging them. I saw the GM of NNPCL, I think that's how they call them now. And he said they're almost there. So we are working on that. It's not something that government can do alone. We need to collaborate with the NNPC. So I think we'll get to that. Those are the few notes. But you see, I understand the need for us to have this constant dialogue, to come to our people, listen to them. It's part of governance. I believe that the town hall that want to begin in September will help us so that we can come around. I'll come with all the commissioners. So when you ask for this, I'll tell the commissioner, answer. And you will know that's how it is, you know, because we work as a team. But that's not to say that I don't understand. We'll be ready. But let it be organized. The Honorable Commissioner for Information work with the Commissioner for Internal Security. Make sure we organize it very well. And let the people in that federal constituency, we must see the faces of the leaders so that they assure us that we'll have a very smooth discussion. Like the CP have said, we will do town hall, but conditions are attached. So that we know the faces of those who were responsible if anything goes wrong.
The governor was also a part of the PDP primary election in his ward, where he appreciated the people for their peaceful conduct in the course of the election across the 31 local government areas of the state.
Impressed by the peaceful outcome of the People's Democratic Party's primary election across the 31 local government areas of the state, Governor Eno appreciates the people for their understanding and continuous support for his administration, assuring that he will not let the people down as he will continue to explore ways of ensuring improved welfare for all. The governor also reassures the youth who, according to him, hit the core to abstain from the nationwide protest, that he will do everything within his part to secure a better and proud future for the Akwa Ibom youths.
Good. Because if the state had witnessed anything untoward, properties destroyed, shops looted, probably the police are called in, then God forbid we have any loss of life. So I want to thank our people. And I'm not taking that for granted as a governor. We are looking at what to do to continue to support our people. As a matter of fact, I'm meeting with the strata of youth leadership, female, male, women, so that we can discuss together on Monday. We believe we'll continue to pour in the best we can to provide jobs for our young people.
People of Zorobio are your own people, and they are solidly behind you and your administration. Whether you came here or not, the same result would have come out. And indeed, you are coming is to witness, so that you will not be told, oh, was it done, was it not done? This was done, and properly so. And the candidates we produce, if you see the quality of councillors, you are sending out first 11.
The local government election in Akwa Ibom State is to take place in October 2024.
We will take a short break here. When we return, we will bring you more from the office of Her Excellency, the wife of the Akwa Ibom State governor.
Have you ever missed out on any events or activities of the governor, first lady, or the deputy governor of Akwa Ibom State? Worry no more. Hilltop Mansion got you covered. Hilltop Mansion is a program of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Uyo, specifically designed to showcase the day-to-day activities of the Arise agenda.
Tune in every Monday at 7:30 p.m.
on Star Times, Channel 103, and our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube to join us. Hilltop Mansion, showcasing the Arise agenda.
Welcome back and many thanks for staying tuned. Now from the office of Her Excellency, the wife of the Akwa Ibom State governor, who was a part of the 2024 breastfeeding week, where she doled out cash and other gift items to 500 nursing mothers selected from the 31 local government areas of Akwa Ibom State.
The 2024 Breastfeeding Week tagged Closing the Gap, Breaking Records, Break Banners, Feeding Support for All commemorated globally from August 1st to 7th, aimed to promote and support breastfeeding across all stratas of the society.
Her Excellency is interested in raising healthy and wealthy children for the state. A lot of us do not know how to feed the children properly. Today as we gather, best practices will be exhibited.
Inclusive breastfeeding is good for the children. Inclusive breastfeeding means your children will be healthy, free from all infections, and intellectually you will have a very intellectually sound children.
Her Excellency should support all the chairmen and their wives to do this again at the SBA levels, so that mothers, from all walls, will come out and hear this message. In that way, we have done much for the people at the grassroots levels.
The theme for this year is closing the gap, breastfeeding support for all. As you can see, we are breaking the records, we are breaking barriers, and we are providing breastfeeding support for all. Why do we advocate for breast milk for babies? So breast milk is ideal for infants because it is safe, it is clean, and it contains antibodies which help protect against many common childhood illnesses.
Wife of the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Patience Umoh, commended nursing mothers committed to exclusive breastfeeding, pledged her commitment to regular sensitization and empowerment programs on exclusive breastfeeding through her pet project, the Golden Initiative for All.
As we gather to celebrate and recognize the vital contributions of breastfeeding mothers to the development of our children, maternal and child health is one of the thematic areas of my pet project, the Golden Initiative for All, GFA. I firmly believe that every child deserves a healthy start, and breastfeeding is a vital part of this journey. Hence, my commitment to supporting breastfeeding mothers in our state through programs like this that provides a platform for breastfeeding mothers to connect with each other, gain knowledge, and build a stronger community of women who understand that breast milk is a gift from God that provides optimal nutrition and boosts immunity.
High point of the event was the distribution of gifts packages and financial support to 500 nursing mothers across the 31 local government areas of the state.
Those are the much we're able to capture for this week's edition of the Hilltop Mansion. Don't forget that the E alphabet in the RISE agenda stands for education advancement. And you can take a look at what the governor is already doing in that sector from the modern primary schools across the state. I remain Kelvin Samuel, wishing you and yours all the best. With the hope that you tune in again next Monday for another fresh edition of your favorite program. You have a blessed evening.